This is your weekly rundown for Destiny 2 Renegades, Week 1 starting on December 2nd. This week sees the release of the new expansion for Destiny 2, Renegades, sending Guardians deep into the belly of the criminal underworld to save a friend whose past has caught up with them, as you forge uneasy alliances that pull you deeper into a hidden world of shifting loyalties and escalating conflict, where you will have to earn your power and build up your notoriety with the three syndicates, the Pikers, Totality Division, and Tharsis Reformation. In Renegades you will have the chance to unlock and earn Renegade abilities, from drop pods, turrets, airstrikes, Cabal walkers, and interceptors, with 9 abilities and 7 upgrades. Renegades also brings with it a new artifact called the Encrypted Data Disk, which will have anti-barrier hand cannon and sniper, overload pulse rifle and submachine gun, an unstoppable bow and sword. This expansion will take us back to some familiar locations, including revisiting Mars, Europa, and Venus. Along with a new campaign for Renegades, we also have the Lawless Frontier bounty activity, Invasion game mode, a new exotic mission, 300 more vault spaces, and a power catch-up for returning players, plus much more. This expansion will also see 3 new exotic armours added to our Guardians. For the Warlocks, the Dimmer Suffusion helmet, for the Hunters, the Fortune's Favour boots, and for the Titans, the Practic Vestment chest, with 3 new exotic weapons, the Service of Luzaku Strand machine gun, the Heirloom Solar Combat bow, and the fully customizable Praxic Blade kinetic exotic sword. We're also getting a new blaster weapon type, with a heat management system. These are the Uncivil Disclosure hand cannon, the refurbished A499 heavy sniper rifle, the M17 fast talker submachine gun, the modified B7 pistol hand cannon, the All or Nothing pulse rifle, and the Combat Defender sidearm. Plus new Vanguard Ops weapons and armour, new and returning Crucible Ops weapons with 3 new Cirrus armour sets for each class, new and returning Pinnacle Ops weapons with 3 new Kendo armour sets for each class, and 3 new sets of Trials armour for each class, called the new Demotic set, which will have new set bonuses. 2 pieces will give you the perk Paroli, primary ammo weapons gain a bonus to flinch resistance after sliding, and 4 pieces will give you the perk Martingale. Your weapons gain a temporary increase to handling and aim down sight speeds when an ally is defeated or you revive an ally. Trials also brings with it some reprised weapons, with the Immortal Strand aggressive frame submachine gun, the Astral Horizon kinetic aggressive frame shotgun, and the Cataract GL3 strand adaptive frame grenade launcher, with a new Martlet Void lightweight frame pulse rifle, and the Conundrum Hammer strand adaptive frame hand cannon. Dropping from the Flawless chest at the Lighthouse will be a new shader, Benevolence of the Nine, the Hieratic Ghost Shell, the Chitin King ship, and the Sunchaser Sparrow. Trials of Osiris will return on December 19th, with every weekend having its own featured weapon, starting with the Conundrum Hammer and followed by the Martlet on December 26th. Renewed activities and new additions will be added into the portal, with challenges now being removed in favour of the new orders system, which will feature common, legendary and exotic orders to complete. Plus, starting December 2nd, Destiny 2 will be having an open access week, which includes access to the full Edge of Fate campaign and activities, all legacy content and all currently available dungeons, with all currencies, weapons, armour, titles, triumphs and cosmetics that players earn during the week being theirs to keep forever. Also, in preparation for the Renegades update and pre-install, Destiny 2 will be brought offline for maintenance from 7:55 AM PST, at which time you should be able to pre-install the update in time for the game coming back online at 9 AM PST. And as this is the first week of the new expansion, Eververse won't be available until the game goes live on December 2nd, but stay tuned to this channel for the updated Week 1 videos for any missed information. In the Portal Crucible Ops this week should be competitive, control, and a variant of cutting edge, with no Trials of Osiris at the weekend. Other non-featured modes of 3v3 Showdown and 6v6 Mayhem can be found over on the Crucible Director. In the solo ops we should still have Skywatch, the Salt Mines, the Conflux, Creation, K1 Logistics and Caldera, with a new solo op Typhoon Imperator. In the Fireteam Ops we should still have the 3 Reclaim missions, Cabal's Watch, Conductor's Keep and Fallen Bunker, Battlegrounds Behemoth and Episode Echo's Core, 3 expeditions from Season of Plunder, Nessus, Cosmodrome and Europa, the Strikes of Liminality, Hypernet Current, Insight Terminus, and Fallen Saber, with the Devil's Lair, Proving Grounds, Inverted Spire, and the Glassway, Battlegrounds Oracle, Foothold, Delve and Conduit, Empire Hunts the Warrior, Technocrat and Dark Priestess, Savathun Spire Offensive, with the return of the Sunless Cell Strike. We also have the introduction of the new Arena Ops to the portal, with Season of Plunders Catch Crash, Season of Loss Astral Alignment, and Season of the Haunted's Nightmare Containment. In the Pinnacle Watch we should still have the 3 dungeon layers, Pit of Heresy Beneath the Necropolis, Duality Nightmare of Golrun, and Warlord Ruin Heaven's Vengeance, with Onslaught Widow's Court and Midtown, Episode Revenant Contest of Elders, and The Coil. This season will also see the addition of the Vox Obscura exotic mission for Season of the Risen, with the Dead Messenger exotic Waveframe Grenade Launcher as the main reward, and Episode Heresy's Derelize mission, for the Baradide exotic submachine gun. Returning exotic missions should include Heliostat, with the Wolfsbane exotic Axe as the main reward, exotic missions Presage with the Dead Man's Tale exotic Scout Rifle being the main reward, Node Override Avalon with the Vexcalibur exotic Glaive being the main reward, Starcrossed with the Witchkeeper exotic Bow being the main reward, the Whisper with the Whisper of the Worm exotic Sniper being the main reward, Kel's Fall with the Slayer's Fang exotic Shotgun being the main reward, and Encore with the Choir of One auto rifle being the main reward. On Kepler, featured mission 1 this week should be Quarantine, and featured mission 2 should be Message. With this being a new expansion, some or all of our legacy rotations might also be reset as well, but if they continue in the same order that they've done in the past year, then the Dreaming City this week is at a strong curse level, which means Petrovenge can be found in Ria Silvia and has the Dark Monastery mission for the next week. The Blindwell features Taken Enemies and the Plague by Namina. The Ascendant challenge will be Ouroboros over in the Affiliates Rest Lost sector. On the Moon, the weekly story mission is in the Deep. The Trove Guardian and the Wandering Nightmare, Jax, Claws of Zevra Wrath, are both located in the Hellmouth. Nightmare hunts Skolas, Pride, Omnigul, Anguish, and Zydron Servitude. The Altars of Sorrow will start this week's rotation with the Nightmare of Fogoth and the Blasphemer Shotgun. On Europa this week, Praxisi Technocrat will be the Empire Hunt, Cadmus Ridge will be the Eclipse Zone, and the Exo Challenge will be Safeguard. Dares of Eternity Expert difficulty rounds are Hive, Fallen, and Valister Arc. The Scatterhorn armor set and the Wild Hunt armor set will be available in Dares of Eternity with Weapon Set 1. Arsenic Bite 4B, Blasper 2, Corsair's Wrath, Deafening Whisper, Dire Promise, Enigma's Draw, Escape Velocity, Giant 7 Rifle, Friction Fire, Royal Chase, True Prophecy, and Timeline's Vertex. The Witch Queen weekly story mission is The Ritual, Altar of Reflections Catalyst, and Altar of Reflections Pact. The Wellspring activity will start the week on Defense, with Avoid Sniper, Father Sin, and Zurich Scorn Raider as the boss. The Lightfall weekly mission is Desperate Measures, the Partition mission will be Hard Reset, and the Vex Incursion will be Liming Harbour. In the Pale Heart is the exotic class item mission Dual Destiny, and the 12 Guardian match-made Excision mission, with the Grandmaster version granting the Ergo Sum Catalyst and an Ascendant Shard. With a new expansion, we might also have a legendary Lost Sector shakeup, meaning we won't know the order of the Lost Sectors until we've had a full rotation. But if they continue in the same rotation, the Lost Sectors for this week will start with Vel's Labyrinth on the Cosmodrome, Chamber of Starlight on the Dreaming City, Scavenger's Den on the EDZ, Perdition on Europa, K1 Revelations on the Moon, Gilded Precept on Neptune, The Conflux on Nessus, Extraction on the Throne World, and the Forgotten Deep in the Pale Heart. All legacy raids and challenges are now available all the time, and at present there are also no featured raids or dungeons each week, but you can find past raids and dungeons for their respective exotic weapons, with no weekly lockouts. Over on Kepler we have the Desert Perpetual raid, and Desert Perpetual Epic raid, with both versions dropping tier +3 loot, with the chance of the exotic rocket launcher Whirling Ovation to drop. Also with a new dungeon, Equilibrium, coming next week, the Sundered Doctrine dungeon over on the Throne World will fall under legacy content, where you'll be able to farm for the exotic linear fusion rifle Finality Zaga. The exotic mission rotator will be Presage, with the Dead Man's Tale exotic scout rifle being the main reward, the Season the Haunted, and opulent weapon sets, plus the Idolium Procurant armor set. The exotic missions, the Whisper and Zero Hour will also be available in the Legends tab. And that's it for the first week of Destiny 2 Renegades. Thank you for watching. Allons-y.